So today I'm not wearing a tie. I was putting it on this morning, did the top button up, and it blew right off. Like they say, when sellers grind buyers too hard or when buyers just don't offer enough, it wasn't meant to be. For that I apologize. Today we are discussing sellers prepare. So we've talked about this on a variety of levels. Today I'm going to break this down on when the best time to sell is. In recent posts I've gone into depth that the market up until this last adjustment in the last couple of months has been pretty consistently moving in the same direction. Since I started in the business back in 2007, it used to be much more cyclical throughout the year. The summer and fall markets would start heating up, winter would fall off, and then spring market, and then summer, and then end of summer, fall. Over the years, as things just got busier and busier and busier,
instead of doing this,
it just started going like this and was just consistently busy right through. Now that things have adjusted back a little bit and the momentum of the market is less, things are a little bit more back to normal from what we've seen over the last handful of years. We may come back into more of a cyclical market. So month to month, 12 months in a year, there's peak months, trough months, a little bit more of a traditional Vancouver market. I don't know if that's going to happen yet, but if it does, we've got 6 points here to go through as a seller and the process ahead. Assuming that the summer was the slow months, July and August, and we're coming into September, we're going to be the tail end of summer and coming into fall, and things are going to heat up again. So what do you do? If you're thinking of getting ready and you're hoping that fall is going to be, this September is going to be when the frenzy is going to pick up again and activity is going to be better than it has been over the last couple months, number one, fix your little details in your home. All the DIY stuff that you can get out of the way. If you can't DIY or you're hopeless at it, hire professionals before you go to market. So get the paint refreshed. Just that shine on the wall, that new paint smell, all the little details like the stupid little plastic socket covers, face plates that you have that are all cracked because you screw them in a little bit too tight. It's always the attention to details that gives people the true feeling if this home is actually cared for. All the DIY stuff, do it now, a month or 30 or 60 days before you're going to go to market, so the home is ready completely for when you actually do go to market. So you're not fixing details while you're starting the marketing process. Should you consider staging your home? Again, we've talked about this a number of times. Speak to your agent and find out what their thoughts are. That's number two. Number three is, which ties in together very well, how can you declutter your home? So 9 times out of 10 people need to declutter. No questions asked. Lean on your agent, or if they're in touch with stagers that they typically use, or fluffers or detailers or whatever they call themselves, depending on whatever level of service they're doing. Get those people in and get a third-party opinion on what this place could look like and how are we going to get it to that. So refer to your realtor for this, and always remember, the realtor is there to give you the most realistic opinion on how they can give themselves the easiest time selling this, which obviously benefits themselves and you. So listen to your realtors because they're going to give you the best 2 cents on how to transform your home into the most sellable asset possible. So again, staging, decluttering, rent a cube or whatever they are in the storage facilities and declutter. Get everything except basics, the fundamentals out. Obviously you don't need to clear bookshelves, but you need to make the rooms look as large as possible, and not having clutter is number one with regards to that. And most people miss that boat, but that's a big one. So you always want your space to look more open and inviting. The marketing of the home, this is where you're going to be researching your realtors probably, unless you have a relationship already, someone you trust that you know is familiar with your product type or your neighborhood or you personally. They may be a Richmond agent, but you trust them, so you're going to get them to sell your place in Vancouver. Or you're going to be interviewing Vancouver agents to sell your Vancouver townhouse, for example. You're going to be looking at the marketing out there. Again, if you're a more traditional person, you're probably going to look at, do these people do magazine ads, bus ads, newspaper ads? Those are the things we focus on. So you're going to be doing your research on what kind of marketing and who's marketing to you and your community through your marketing channels, through to your building or your neighborhood. So get that ball rolling. Who's going to be your realtor? So sitting down, always sit down with more than one. Even if you've got one that you've been using for the last decade, It's always beneficial for you to be as in the know as possible, and even going out and interviewing one or two more just to see what's new. Maybe interview a younger agent who still has experience, obviously, but interview a younger agent and see what avenues of exposure they're focusing on. Because as we all know, generationally, we all have our different focuses, and some works, some doesn't. It's best for you as the owner, the homeowner, to really know what your options are in full. So I would always suggest, even if you have that agent that you've done deals with over the last 20 years, because you trust that person and they know you, and that's fine, go interview one or two more and sit down with them just for your own peace of mind. Tell them they're competing against other agents. They'll bring their A game if they are A players, obviously. And if one of them just so happens to be more appealing, then great, go with them. But if not, maybe you can even take some of those aspects of their marketing plan and give it to your old guy or girl and get them churning some new business in a new way themselves for you anyway. So who's going to be your realtor is the next one. And of course, finally, number 6 is your next step if you're buying another home, if you're downsizing, upsizing, or if you're selling and buying a smaller principal residence or an investment property or whatever you're going to do. So really getting the job done on the sales side. Now there's a few different ways to do this, which we're not going to get into here, but let's just say you're going to go the traditional road, sell first so you know what money you're dealing with firmly, and then you can go out and make a lot cleaner deals and be more appealing on the buy side. Again, agent wise, if you're selling in Richmond and you're buying in Vancouver, it may not necessarily be the most value to you to be using your Richmond agent in Vancouver, or likewise. It always comes down to trust and experience, of course. But if you want someone on the inside track, it may be beneficial to interview buyer's agents in that new location. You don't obviously have to use the same agent all the way through. You need to use who's going to do the best job for you. I can assure you, me as a Vancouver realtor is not going to do as good a job in Surrey as a Surrey realtor, because I just don't know the neighborhoods like they do and the comparables like they would, and that's pretty black and white. Yes, we're all licensed the same, but we all work and have strengths in different areas, neighborhoods, marketing, and everything. So interview other agents even on the buy side and see what they focus on and what aspects they bring to the table that appeal to you. Really, that's kind of the full Coles Notes package of making that step of listing. Let's say September does take off. These are the Coles Notes of kind of getting through that process, getting prepared. So I'm gonna leave it there. If you have any questions about September being a busy month and you want to get your property on the market because things are moving, if you have any questions on that, contact us direct, j@mckinnesmarketing.com, 604-771-4606. We'd love to help you in your process. Bye-bye for now.